Back with more Once Upon a Time. This is episode 17 of season 3. Very excited to carry on as we getting quite close now to the end of the season, really. It's rapidly approaching. And I'm really liking what they're doing with the second half with Zelina, all the havoc she's causing, you know, Neil's death, everything that's kind of gone with that, and Henry still doesn't have his memories back. You know, Mary Margaret's got a baby on the way. Regina and Robin Hood need to make the fuck out. Yeah, there's a lot being balanced, basically, and I'm very, very excited to see what's going to happen next and where we go from here as we continue on with the season. But I'm really, really enjoying where it's going. Season 3 has just been so good so far, and I just can't wait to carry on. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the next one. Maybe they'll just talk about their feelings. I thought he was going to do that. He's all about Emma. Oh.
My name's Mary.
Oh, yeah.
And you're going to pay for what you've done.
This crib is a statement. We're not going to lose another baby.
And thanks to me, you won't. I'm finished.
So?
I love that she hangs out with them now.
You're able to put up.
This is a way of life. You have to fully commit to it. Not a problem.
She's probably always wanted to be like
Maybe it might fall to one else.
someone's Rumpelstiltskin. Well, this should be fun.
Oh, we're fun. Well, I'm just saying maybe Henry disagrees.
Oh my god. They want to be fun grandparents.
He'll get there.
What possible reason do you have to stay? My reasons are my own. Question them again.
Oh, is he going to hang out with Henry again?
Sir.
Wait here, okay?
He wants to make out with the pretty lady.
He doesn't belong here, not anymore. He belongs in the real world, in New York.
No.
Life that he remembers.
I refuse.
Who's here?
Ariel, I'm guessing?
Ariel?
Don't look at this stuff.
I've been under the sea, searching.
Under the sea.
Every known realm.
BB! BB-8? Holy shit.
Rise and shine, you Bill's rats.
Rise and shine. Ah.
When do we leave?
Oh boy. Now that is a pairing I was not expecting.
Like this, huh?
They're so wholesome.
She's looking for someone who didn't return to Storybrooke with the rest of us.
He's from a maritime kingdom and he loved to sail.
Oh boy.
You came across him in the high seas. His name's Prince Eric.
He didn't die, did he?
And if he tried to teach you how to swim and you couldn't learn, you drowned.
Lovely.
That's it. That's why.
The drowner?
What the hell are you doing? Teaching you to swim.
This is exactly how I thought this was going to go.
You'd be far more helpful than us.
Someone has to keep an eye on the boy. Oh, Mary Margaret and I can take over.
No, no.
You've ripped it.
It's a cloak.
It's Eric's cloak. And he's had it since before we met.
Is that what they're going to find in the shop?
Way to keep him close. You helped me reunite Snow White and her family in Neverland. Some people say that you're a hero.
Don't believe every story you hear.
Can't have people thinking he's gone soft. Oh god, what happened to him? Did he really die?
Are you out of your mind? Every time you've exhibited your power, what the hell are you doing? Making the bridge collapse. You can either stop it or die.
Well.
It's inside you, Emma. Save the bridge.
Something inside so strong. Well, thank God for that, eh?
Look at all this potential inside of you, and you've been wasting it.
Or maybe she won't now.
Perhaps a little good news around here will be contagious.
Well, don't say stuff like that. It's gonna land on a gravestone or something now. Find a shallow grave somewhere.
You want your ship back? Then take it. With pleasure.
Oh boy. Cut him in half.
Word on the waterways is Captain Hook had gone soft. The only thing soft will be your guts spilling on this deck.
Whee!
We'll never give up the Jolly Roger without a fight.
Like everyone just stays behind the curtain. How will we ever get past this curtain? Wow.
So that's what this was. A rescue mission for some wench? Ha! They were right about
Excuse
you.
me?
You have gone soft. Surrender the Jolly Roger to me, and I'll tell you where I'm holding her prince. Or refuse, and he dies along with me.
I was afraid of that.
I'm sorry.
Bless him. Unless he did something bad.
So, are you sure this is okay?
Well, if Killian can teach you how to steal a boat, I can teach you how to drive.
Technically, we borrowed it.
Well, what do you say we see how you can handle a land vessel?
Oh God.
Okay.
Don't run over the pregnant lady.
There you go. Watch out!
This was a very stupid idea. Well,
Saved Eric.
Eric walks into the street. Ariel?
I'll always be grateful that you tried to help me.
Oh boy. There's more to it.
You're welcome to follow your former captain. Go on!
At least he's learned from this mistake. Oh dear. For a second I forgot she was a mermaid. I was like, what the hell are you doing? Why are you jumping? And he's going to tell her.
Aaron, wait!
What is it?
He's got a conscience.
For my ship, I am so sorry, Ariel.
Oh.
You're a coward and a monster. This woman that broke your heart, do you still love her?
Yes.
Then swear to me on her name.
I swear on Emma Swan.
Hey!
Thank you, Captain. That's exactly what I needed to hear.
Is it Zelina? Oh, fuck. Oh, I got played like a bitch.
They've been living happily ever after ever since.
Oh.
Don't you just love a good twist?
Well, that's a very bittersweet revelation.
I don't understand.
The next time your lips touch Emma Swan's, all of her magic will be taken. Everything that makes her special. I may not be able to hurt Emma, but I can hurt those around her. Her parents, her friends, her child.
You're not gonna hear that.
Yes, you've become quite fond of the boy, haven't you? I will enjoy turning him into a monkey's breakfast. Kiss Emma and remove her powers, or everyone she loves dies.
Oh my God. I really don't like her. At least you get to kiss her again. Every cloud.
I thought you couldn't use mirror magic to look between worlds. I can't. But after seeing the raw power you possess, I think maybe you can.
Ooh. Hooray.
You did this. You brought them together.
No, it was Ariel. She never stopped.
More modesty? Air's full of surprises today.
Just you fucking wait.
Only having the best day ever. David let me drive his truck.
You let him.
Oh boy. I want them to kiss, but they can't. Well, they can, but that'd be bad. I want them to make out. Oh boy. Now you're turning into Joe from You. Let's not go there. Okay, fantastic episode. Really, really loved it. And it really has kind of like... What's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. But it's made me realise that Hook's actually one of my favourite characters. I've always really enjoyed him. Particularly like this season. But just the way he was showcased in this episode and how this episode was like really focused on him and his story, showing how far he's come from like the guy we first met in The Crocodile, I think was the name of his first episode, way back when. It was just really, really cool to kind of see that change, and it's kind of happened slowly and all at once, you know? And I've really, really enjoyed that, and how this episode kind of showcased that, and the fact that he's worried almost that he's going soft in that sense, and that's actually been used against him. I don't know if that's going to be a way of him, like, I don't know, pushing himself away from Emma and everyone, maybe. We'll have to wait and see if that's where they're going to go with the story, but I love the focus on him. Just seeing how much he's opened up to people now, and he's actually got a really good heart, and I think he's starting to listen to that heart again. Despite trying to stay true to his pirate side, you know, people aren't always the same forever, you know? People get new interests, or they have to adapt when they fall in love with someone, which I think is a big case with Hook here. You know, he had to dramatically change how he was if he even wanted a chance to be with Emma. And now that's been used against him. That twist, I did not see that coming one bit. I think that's one of my favourite twists in a while on the show. The fact that it was actually Zelene all along as Ariel. That was insane. And I can't wait to see where they go with that, and if he is just gonna kiss Emma and take her magic or not. I mean, it's a lose-lose situation right now, so I'm very interested in seeing where they're going to take that, but that just made Zelena like even more of an effective villain to me. I loved that twist so much. I thought that was very, very clever. I was going to say, oh, it was nice that they brought Ariel back into it and we were re-exploring her story and blah, 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 blah. And we did see her, because we saw that she and Eric are quite happy, which is awesome. It's nice to check back in with them. But for most of the episode, it was actually Zelena in disguise, which is kind of funny. At least in the present day stuff, I guess. So we did actually see her in the flashbacks. But it was nice getting those gaps filled in as well. You could see that Hook was really regretful about something, and the mystery of that throughout the whole episode, about what actually happened with Eric and everything. That was really, really cool. I liked that. You know, seeing Smee again, it's always fun to see him and the dynamic between him and Hook. So that was all great. Blackbeard showing up, you know, another famous pirate. Never really considered that they bring him into it, but it does make a lot of sense. If you're going to have Hook face another like famous pirate, of course it's going to be Blackbeard. He's like one of the most famous. I mean, I highly doubt Jack Sparrow is going to be showing up, so that was cool to see Blackbeard brought into it. And they could have done a bit more with him, I guess, but he was kind of a means to an end as the whole Ariel plot. He was just there to kind of kidnap Eric, basically. So that's fine, but I did enjoy how they used him as well to enhance Hook's story. Kind of be like, this is what Hook could have been if he'd carry on going down this pirate path. But instead he's kind of developed more of a heart and emotions and stuff like that. He's very capable of forming attachments now, and healthy attachments too, not like his association with Cora. You know, we've seen him kind of fall for Emma. His relationship with Neil was very wholesome. His relationship with Henry is so wholesome, and I love that we've had that for 2 episodes in a row. That's the best thing ever. And yeah, it sucks that Zelina's kind of used all of that to her advantage and twisted things and turned that all against him. But regardless, I just love what they did with his character in this episode a lot. She almost don't really notice how much he's changed, because he still makes like those rude comments to people and stuff like that. He still very much behaves in a way that's true to his character, but at the same time he is very different. So looking at it as a whole, I think a lot of that is down to how well written he's been in those kind of subtle changes, but also how well acted he's been as well. Is it Colin? Is that the actor's name? Colin O'Donoghue, I think. I know a lot of people called O'Donoghue is their surname, so that's kind of funny. Random bit of fact for you there. I wonder if they're related. It's my chance to meet him, give him a high five and get hooked in my hand. I know he doesn't actually have a hook for a hand. Well, does he? I hope he doesn't. Well, maybe he makes it work, I guess. Not many people can pull off a hook. I'm sure Emma will want to eventually. Jesus. Anyway, before that gets too disgusting. I also liked all the stuff with Emma and Regina. Regina kind of trying to teach Emma about magic and really testing her, pushing her. Somewhat adapting Gold's methods, I guess, for how he trained her way back when. But I love that we saw Regina get really frustrated with the potential that Emma's not using. Because it's like, she wants her to become like this really powerful kind of person with magic, and potentially even more powerful than her, but she's still like wanting to coach her to get to that level. Because that's kind of what they need to do to maybe defeat Zelina, which I like. I love the idea of whenever Regina and Emma team up. So I'm hoping they continue to explore that dynamic, and hopefully they become like really, really good friends through this bonding experience, because they've definitely come a long way since season 1, as has Regina and the Charmings. You know, they kind of seem to like hang out a bit now, and they make like, they call each other nicknames and stuff like that, but I actually do think they get along quite well now. And again, this was an episode that really showcased a lot of the characters' different developments, even if they weren't like the big focus of the episode. So I loved everything with that, and I look forward to seeing them continue to explore Regina, hopefully training Emma a bit more. But that was really cool to see. Henry's just a cinnamon roll. I love him. I mean, he needs a lot more driving lessons, and he needs to be old enough to drive. It's probably the number 1 point I should have made there. But I like that he has this really nice bond with Hook. I like that he's starting to form this really nice bond with his grandparents now. It's so bizarre to think, like, Mary Margaret's just there looking after him, all pregnant, and it's like his aunt or uncle, isn't it? Is that right? Yeah, that's right, isn't it? I mean, it's not that weird, actually. I have an aunt who's like 3-4 years younger than me. My aunt's like 4 years younger than me, so it's not that odd that Henry's going to have an aunt or uncle that's a lot younger than him. But he's my son, so of course we share similar things. So everything with him, I really, really like seeing him. Even if he doesn't have the memories of all these people, he's still developing these bonds because he's the best. And then Mary Margaret and David worrying that they're not fun grandparents was surprisingly wholesome. I would have liked to have actually seen a bit more of that storyline with those two and Henry when they got to spend some time together. It's a very reckless way of proving themselves with the whole driving thing, but still, it was a bit of a light-hearted kind of plot for the episode that I think I really appreciated, and I appreciate that they gave that kind of plot to Mary Margaret and David, who are normally the centre of like all the sad and dramatic plots. So it was nice to see them have a bit more of a comedic, light-hearted episode. So yeah, everything with that, really, really great. Loved it. So yeah, overall, really, really fantastic episode. Loved the twist with Ariel actually being Zelina, and what that means and what that's going to show in the future with that whole thing with Hook and his curse. Very excited for that. We also liked, Belle showing up in this episode because I always like it when she pops up. I hope we get like another Belle-centric episode soon, because she often like pops up in like a scene or two, but she hasn't really been like front and centre for a while. So I'd love like a Belle-centric one again soon. please and thank you. And yeah, all the flashback stuff we got with Ariel and Eric, Blackbeard, all of that, I thought worked really, really well. The fact that it really focused on Hook, how far he's come, how much he's changed. Is he going to go back to that now because it's going to be easier to keep Emma away? Lots of different ways they could take that plot, but they showcased how much Hook has changed yet stayed true to the character he is, which I think is actually very, very tough to do. And yeah, it's kind of really catapulted, that's the word I was looking for at the start, catapulted him to one of my favourites very, very easily. So yeah, everything like that was great, and obviously Smee, Mary Margaret and David stuff, the Emma and Regina stuff, all worked really, really well. Aside from the whole Zelina bit at the end with that twist, you know, it was kind of a nice break from like the main action of the episode, of the season even, or at least the second half of the season. And I think it was a good point to kind of take that breather, and then we had that ending scene obviously with that other twist, which I really, really like, and I can't wait to see where we go with that. I think that could get quite juicy, so that's very, very exciting, and I can't wait to see where they go from there with the last like 5 episodes of the season. I think the season has 22 episodes. I know a season or 2 has 23 at some point. I can't remember which season it is. Might be 5, maybe 4. Who knows? But we'll get there eventually. It's going to be a while till I get to season 5 anyway. But yeah, very, very excited to see where we go with the rest of the season. This was a fantastic episode. Really, really loved it. And until my next reaction, thanks for watching.